It is that time of month where we have even more details on Dragon Ball Super. With Chapter 7 of the manga releasing a few days ago, we now know the characters who will be competing in this tournament. The 5 Universe 7 warriors are Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Majin Buu. We know that from the previous chapter. However, the 5th fighter who is previously unknown is this guy, and his name is Monaka. And apparently Monaka can hold his own against even Beerus, which is why he is competing in the tournament. Now personally, I think that Dragon Ball has some of the greatest design characters of all time, but with Monaka, I don't know what to think. I find it hilarious that he has huge nipples, but when I heard there was a mysterious character who could combat with even Beerus, I instantly knew not to get my hopes up for an intense design, because Toriyama's intentionally been giving us weird designs for a while now, so generally we've just come to expect it. Before we move on to the Universe 6 fighters, I want to backtrack a few pages to the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. We see Goku and Vegeta training in there together, and then we see a throwback to their original fight back on Earth, and that's really cool. However, I am confused as to why they're using the Hyperbolic Time Chamber when I thought that Whis could have used his staff to teleport them to a place that would have been more beneficial for them to train in, but I guess they're trying to make the Hyperbolic Time Chamber the default training room. So now, moving on to the 5 Universe 6 fighters. We have Heat, Cabe or Kabe, however you want to pronounce it, Frost, Botomo, and Megeta. If I mispronounced any of those, let me know. I probably did, just because I haven't actually heard them being spoken before, but these are the Universe 6 fighters. And if I'm being honest, I'm actually pretty excited about this. I am going to rank these characters in ascending order, from the one that I think is the worst to the one that I think has the most potential. So the guy that I just don't care for at all in this is Megeta. Megeta is the huge robot, and to be honest, I'm just not into it. I'm usually not a huge fan of robots, even the androids I wasn't a huge fan of. Until we find out about his backstory or his potential feats, I'm not going to be interested in his character, and I'm basing that purely off his design. Something I found on Twitter, I forget who posted this, someone thought that Broly was actually inside Megeta, and that is how he was going to be introduced to the series. If it happens, it happens, but I think we can confirm, thanks to this chapter, that Broly will not be in Dragon Ball Super. Moving on to the next one, we have Botomo. The reason I don't like Botomo is again based off his design. I don't like characters who have a large build but have skinny arms and legs. It's the same kind of concept that Majin Buu had. He had the skinny arms and the skinny legs but a large body. I don't like that design choice. Other than that, he could have an interesting character, however, I'm already turned off by the design. Moving on to the next one, I chose Heat. Now I'm kind of on the fence with this one. There's no denying that he looks really cool. He actually reminds me of a Xenoverse character. I do have some stuff to say about Heat, but it's in relation to the other Universe 6 fighter Frost, so I will come back to him. For now, let's take a look at the Saiyan known as Cabe. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but either way, we have another Saiyan who looks a lot like Tarbell. Whether Tarbell is actually going to be in Dragon Ball Super is a completely different story. For those of you that don't know, Tarbell is actually Vegeta's brother who got sent away from planet Vegeta because he was too weak. Now, I don't think Cabe or Kabe has any relation to Tarbell. I just think it's a design choice, but then again, considering he's from Universe 6, he may be an altered version of Tarbell. As to how strong I think he is, I don't think he's going to be stronger than Goku or Vegeta. I don't even think Cabe is a Super Saiyan God. Maybe the reason he is so powerful is because he has unlocked a level beyond that of a Super Saiyan 3. That's just me speculating, let me know what you think. Moving on to what I consider to be the most interesting out of all the fighters, we have Frost. Now Frost is clearly a member of Frieza's race, and looks like he's in his first form. This is something that I want to bring up. Heat and Frost. Heat and Frost. I feel like these two are related. Evidence number 1, their names are opposite of each other. Heat and Frost. Evidence number 2, their eyes are the exact same color. Maybe Heat is another member of Frieza's race who is in his final form. To be honest, they do look similar, and if it does turn out that they are related, I called it. And that's all the new information that Chapter 7 gave me to work with. If you want to know even more about the new material, I'll leave a link to the video where I got all my information from. Now that we know both Universe 7 and Universe 6 teams, who do you think's gonna win? I still think Universe 7. Along with that, I think the first two to be eliminated will be Botomo and Megeta. Fingers crossed, but as always, I will see you in the next Dragon Ball Z video.